Who's he?
Kentman!
He's not important!
Okay. Hello, gamers and collectors. It's your boy Kentman, and we are here to talk about Stellar Blade because I just can't get this game out of my head. But why would I? Stellar Blade is a fantastic game, and I just am enjoying all the great updates. I mean, great updates for Eve and just Stellar Blade in general for 1.007, and I just can't get enough of this game right now, especially with the hype of the brand new DLC coming up soon for Stellar Blade of Nier Automata. Now, I do want to talk about that, but the first thing, we are getting photo mode, which is something that should have been in the game from the beginning, but you know, better late than never, and I am just looking forward to taking some amazing photos of the areas of Eve in combat and out of combat. I hope we will be able to take pictures with more than just Lily, maybe even Inya or Taki or Raven as we beat her ass again, and just other things that I hope the photo mode will bring. I hope there's not a limit on the things that you can do. Now, this is Shift Up after all, so the possibilities with the photo mode will be in their own tweak of way pretty unique. You know, Shift Up is known for doing very unique and intriguing things, so I am assuming that the photo mode will be pretty cool to have. Also, when it comes to Shift Up in their games and the way they go about doing things, they like to do things differently from the norm. And with Stellar Blade doing a crossover with Nier Automata, I have to wonder if it will just be a costume change, or is 2B actually going to be in the game? I hope it's the latter, because man, what a crossover would that be? Two fan service giants in the space, from being Nier Automata and 2B being a powerhouse of her own game, being a android that, you know, goes out and tries to liberate the world and liberate the robots, and you know, discovers everything about Nier Automata. And then you have Stellar Blade that is similar, doing this kind of same thing with the Natibas and all these different things. They're kind of fish out of waters, and they're a queen in their own craft. So them coming together, I don't know, either fighting at first and then also establishing a friendship and bond to fight a greater enemy, maybe a super robot Natiba coming together. I don't know. I would love and hope that it's more than just a costume swap. And for my understanding and for what I saw, it feels like it's going to be more than a costume swap. Because the one thing about Nier Automata that the director has said, any world that 2B enters is canon to the franchise. Nier Automata did a crossover with Nikke, and now 2B and her story is canon to that storyline, and it was a really unique story for Nikke. So I'm assuming that they're going to do the same thing for Stellar Blade, and I do want to know how that is going to come about. Is it that Eve and 2B's world are actually connected more than we thought? Maybe in the distant past, that's where 2B and her world took place, and then years later the world advanced a lot more to where, you know, the Natibas took over. Maybe that is the world that we used to know, where the world of Nier Automata did all the stuff that they did, and it came to chaos, and then they tried to fix it, and then Natibas was created, and then now we have the Natibas, and so 2B was actually an elite soldier this whole time. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this, and maybe I am expecting too much. Maybe my hopes and highs is too high, but I just can't help but think of the possibilities this could bring. I just want so many great things for this, for just the idea of having 2B and Eve in the same game, looking cool, being badass, looking sexy, and just having these cool dynamic moves. Obviously, that would add so much more production for the game. So I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but it would just be really cool to see. The fact that they are doing a collaboration with Nier Automata does bring up the question, would they do others? Now, obviously, it's hard to say that they'll do more than that, especially when they're also preparing for the PC port, as well as this is the first game and there is going to be a sequel, as they already announced that there will be a sequel. Seeing a collab that comes after Nier Automata is very hard to see, especially when they have so much more down the pipeline to approve on later down the line from the PC port, and then a sequel, maybe a sequel. If when that does happen, we'll see other crossovers, maybe. I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking it like a gacha game or a mobile game or a Nikkei, but like it is from the same developer, and they're always going to try to push the envelope. It'd be really cool to see Bayonetta, 2B, and Eve team up together in one game, because they have similar styles and functions and just badassery in one game. Now, obviously, that is thinking way too out of the possibility of something like that to happen, but we didn't think that the 2B and Eve combination would actually happen, and we don't even know if 2B is actually in the game. I'm just speculating and have a little fun with a idea of what could possibly happen. Now, obviously, this would probably happen if they would do another crossover with another franchise. They wouldn't do it at the same time because that would just be crazy, but even if they did, that would be something. It would probably be in Bayonetta 2 if we see another crossover, because like after this, I feel like there's not much more else they can tell with the base story of Stellar Blade. So like after this, I'm assuming the PC port will happen, and then we'll get an announcement for Stellar Blade 2 for whenever that comes out, probably in 2028. Probably we'll see something like that. But the ideas are just endless. I just want to see more of Stellar Blade. I want to see what they do with Eve. I want to see what journey they take for her. Are they going to continue using Eve in the next game? Will they use a new character in Stellar Blade 2? Who knows? Who knows? I doubt that they get rid of Eve, because Eve has quickly became super popular in the fandom and just the space in general for hack and slash, Souls-like kind of games, and she has a good presence, and I feels like she could be a very good icon for gaming, especially for fan service games, which we need right now, because, you know, I feels like Stellar Blade has opened up the paveway for other developers like First Ascendant, like, you know, Senran Kagura and games like that, to be sexy and badass at the same time. That is okay. Being sexy and badass at the same time is okay, you know? And I think that Stellar Blade is opening up a pathway for those games to walk and run freely, in my opinion. But that is pretty much where I'm standing at. I'm expecting a little bit too much of this DLC. I'm hoping that it's not just a costume change, and I hope it's more than that, where it is a costume, but also 2B is in the game as well. I mean, they did change the outfit for the robot, the Atom robot that you have, so to the robot from Nier Automata. So maybe it's a hint that they are going to be doing something like that. I don't know, it's hard to say, but regardless of the fact, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, because I would love to hear what you have to say about this collab. What are you expecting? What do you want from this collab? What do you want it to bring in the future? I would love to know what your thoughts are down in the comments down below. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe for more, because my goal is to hit 10K by the end of the year, and with your help and support, I can definitely do that. With that being said, I am Kentman, and I will see you in the next video next time. Bye me.